Hey guys, Thomas Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, here to review The Other Side of the Door, featuring Sarah Wayne Callies, uh, Jeremy Sisto, and Sophia Ronsiski. In this movie, Sarah, who is from The Walking Dead, plays this character named Maria, who is in an accident with her family, and they're in this car and she manages to get her daughter out, but her son unfortunately drowns. And in the grieving process, she is told about this door where she can put her son's ashes to say her final goodbyes. But in a desperate attempt to see him again, she opens the door, which she is warned is not a good idea, and unleashes this evil spirit from his son and other, uh, I guess, like bad characters also come through, or other spirits are able to come through the door as well. So, this movie I feel a bit on the fence about, as some of the acting, especially from Sarah, is extremely good. It's pretty believable, and she does a really good job. And there are some scenes here and there that do work, but unfortunately, the one element that feels like it's lacking in is the horror element, and that's the genre this movie is supposed to fall under. And from that aspect, you get the typical jump scares, and you get these really dumb things like, oh, birds are flying across and they're making a huge noise, ooh, or oh, a guy tapped up against the window and he went rah. Like, there isn't really much there that hasn't been done before in that sense. You get your typical jump scares, and they're more face palm worthy over anything else, unfortunately. And the the interesting part about this movie is that I think it could have actually worked as a not necessarily horror, but maybe more so a drama about just this family losing the son and not having to force all these jump scares into the movie, as I feel like it takes away a dynamic that could have actually really worked. Now, I will say that the ending was interesting, as the son does possess like the daughter, and then the daughter does like some messed up stuff, and then the mother decides to like sacrifice herself, and it's typical horror thing where she's like, now she's on the other side of the door, and then the father is like, oh no, I gotta open that door again. Um, so it's your typical horror ending, and like I said, I think this movie could have actually been a lot better if it didn't have the horror genre slapped in there. It feels like that's what the case is. As, like I said, I feel like the family dynamic could have been more interesting between the mother and the daughter and the husband, and them trying to get over this loss of their son. And I'm not saying that the door can't be in the movie, I'm just saying it should probably serve a different purpose. Like, maybe she does get told about the door, let's just say, hypothetically, and then let's, maybe the end of the movie should have been her opening the door and then maybe finding out, I don't know, but it doesn't really actually do anything. Like, I don't know, something like that. I don't know if that would have worked any better. I mean, there are some interesting scenes, but there would have had to been more scenes where their family is interacting with each other, which I do think is something that's sort of missing from this movie. There are some moments here and there, but it's I don't feel like it's enough. And like I said, they do have to shoehorn some pretty dumb horror cliches that have been just done over and over again, and this could have been a more sentimental movie in that regard. So there are some interesting movie moments in this movie. Sorry. So I'm gonna give this movie 5 out of 10. I feel like there are some elements here that do work, and the acting is primarily one of them, but there are some scenes also that work in this movie. But I do actually believe that it is bogged down by the horror genre, just saying, oh, you have to have these typical, predictable jump scares that are just so not necessary in a movie like this, I almost feel like. So it is an interesting movie, but it seems like it could have done a lot better. So that's my review. With that being said, I'm Thomas Cecilio Jr., aka Mustached Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.